position number 7. Switchback, ridden by Lonnie Franklin, owned by Griffith Stables.
Griffith's horse can use the advantage. He's no competition for Gauntlet.
And rounding out this stalwart field for the 14th running of the Lexington Stakes.
The suspense is killing us. Just get to it, Arthur.
One of 3 remaining prep races for the annual Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs.
All right, Arthur. I think we all know why we're here.
Would you look at this? There's only one name left. Well, whoever this is will have post position number 8, which means his horse will have to cover a good deal of extra ground. Would you look at that? It's Gauntlet, ridden by Clay Logan, owned by Logan Farm.
8 hole isn't so bad, man. Could have been worse.
How's that, Harry?
My horse could have drawn it.
If anybody can overcome adversity, it's the Logan Farm.
Thank you, John.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting your guests.
John Turner, Anthony Haynes. He's a member of the Jockey Club in London.
Well, I'm afraid I've never had the good fortune to spend time in England, but I've been told that their tracks are magnificent.
Yes, yes. The old boys are almost as proud of their landscaping as they are of their horses.
And Eduardo de Sosa.
From Madrid?
Yes, sir.
Any relation to Rafael de Sosa?
My father.
Well, I understand he's an extraordinary horseman.
He's a great man, if I may say so.
He's perhaps the greatest rider in Spain.
Thank you.
I invited both of these gentlemen to Lexington to take a look at our stallions.
Well, you're planning on breeding old mares to Kentucky stock?
Yes, we're considering it.
Mr. Logan has made a very persuasive argument in favor of it.
Well, I hope we have the pleasure of both of your company at the Winters Farm before you leave town. Of course, no one can compete with the Logans, but would you like to give them a run for their money?
Well, perhaps tomorrow morning.
The Winters will be looking forward to it. If you'll pardon me.
I can see that these men have respect for your horses.
Fear's more like it. They know the Gauntlet's going to take the Derby this year.
Well, hope springs eternal. I think it's remarkable that you made a trip all the way from Spain just to get a look at the Logan bloodline.
Well, he has been a guest at our place many times for the same reason. Our family share a love of horse breeding.
I guess the same is true of your family?
Yes, of course. Though I must confess, my interest in the race is more in the wagering than the running.
Just like that, boy. Just like that.
Looks like we have enough food here to feed half the state.
Pa never wants anyone to go away hungry.
Besides, he likes to show off.
Our Pa, show off.
It's true. He invented the recipe for the sauce. Everybody who ever tastes it wants to know the secret ingredient, but he won't tell.
Really? What is it?
Oh no, you're not tricking it out of me. Forget it.
His running style is versatile. He can run on the lead, or he can come off the pace.
Your horse, Rebel Red, was it?
Yes.
He's going to have his work cut out for him to the Gauntlet on Saturday.
Perhaps you'd like to come over and watch a workout. So difficult to see what a horse can do. Tethered to a lead rope.
Well, Gauntlet runs a mile in 44.2, and 5 furlongs in under a minute.
Thank you, Lexi.
Well, last week, he ran a mile in a minute 35 and was dry as a bone at the finish. Not Clay. He was sweating buckets.
Refreshments.
Barely.
The way Pa carries on about a special sauce, you'd think he'd found a cure for distemper or something.
Alice, don't look. I said don't look.
At what?
That handsome young man over there is staring at you.
He is not staring at me.
Oh, he's coming over here.
He's not.
Oh, yes, he's definitely walking over here.
Rita, just because he's walking doesn't mean he's coming over here.
Excuse me. My name is Eduardo de Souza. And you are Alice Logan?
Yes.
Yes. I asked someone, I said, who's that beautiful young woman I cannot stop looking at? Unfortunately, the person I asked was your father.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I wonder if I could impose on you to show me your garden.
Of course.
Stress this time.
Miss Winters, may I say you are the most exquisite creature I've seen on this continent.
Thank you, Mr. Haynes.
May I escort you to the refreshments table?
Let's go for a stroll.
Absolutely.
Now, I detect a bit of an accent.
I thought you were going to talk to Anthony.
He's coming over tomorrow. I'll talk to him then.
I want to win this race.
So you've said.
In my country, asking a man so boldly about his beautiful daughter without following certain protocols would be terribly offensive.
Well, in this country, women can speak for themselves.
In Madrid, women must always wait for the men to begin.
Begin what?
To begin everything. A conversation, a dance, an affair of the heart.
Alice! Alice! Come quick. Cook burned the last batch of the chicken wings.
Oh my gosh.
You have to figure something out.
Please, excuse me, Eduardo.
May I call on you tomorrow?
Alice!
All right. Yes, certainly.
Come on, come on.
I'm coming. What happened?
The cook has gone to pack. She's sure your father's gonna fire her.
Lexi, I want you to take these back out to the kitchen, tell Bridget to put them in the oven for 1 minute, and then bring them back.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I took all the skin off, put more sauce on.
I better tell the cook not to leave.
Good idea. You want to help me with the rest of these?
Jeremy,
What?
you saved the day.
Please, we're just talking about a few hundred chicken wings.
No, we're talking about Pa's special sauce.
Oh.
Oh, there's hardly any meat left.
You think anyone will notice?
I hope not.
You, have sauce on your nose.
Oh. Did I get it?
Here.
Thank you.
Seconds. There's got to be a mistake. What's wrong?
Nothing. What do you mean?
Well, he's 8 seconds off his usual pace.
Yeah, I know. I wanted it like that.
You do remember how a horse race works, don't you? You win by coming in first, not last.
I've got less than a week to the stakes. I don't want Gauntlett leaving his best race out here on the track.
So you're just gonna forget about his last week of training?
Well, the important thing right now is just to keep him limber.
Well, I know, but...
But?
Well, normally, coming into a race like this, I would put in at least 3 more heavy workouts.
I know. You would. I wouldn't. I don't want to risk injury.
You'll be ready, Ned.
That's your race.
I missed breakfast.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just have some...
I need to talk to you.
Well, I don't really have time right now. I'm a little late for,
Here, there's toast.
Toast is fine. I have to run, so... Oh!
I'll get it.
I'm sorry.
What are you a little late for?
What's the matter with you two?
Nothing's wrong with me.
I'll get my own coffee.
Fine.
Oh, Alice, there's someone here to see you. Eduardo de Sosa.
You're seeing the Spanish guy?
Is there some reason that I shouldn't?
You should do whatever you want to.
Well, thank you for your permission.
Oh, I told him to wait in past study.
Good. Finish cleaning up, will you?
What's wrong with her?
I'm not sure.
Maybe she's in love with Eduardo.
Why do you say that?
Well, Miss Forrester says when you're in love, your brain gets all foggy and you get clumsy.
Well, that may be true for Miss Forrester, but I don't think it works that way for most people. I'll help you get cleaned up.
Thanks.
You seem very quiet this morning.
What? Oh. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about something.
You seem also sad.
No.
No?
Not at all. I was just surprised about something. But not sad. No.
She doesn't seem like her brain is foggy.
I think we'll go this way.
I have a yearling, his brother. Yeah, black was the middle of the night. Perhaps one day you will see him. The horse, I mean.
Sounds a little forward. A young woman going all the way to Spain just to see a horse.
You think all Spanish women are shrinking violets, but it is not so. My first fencing lesson was with a woman. I was 10. She was 12. And she gave me this. Yes, my first scar. Also my first important lesson. Never underestimate your opponent, even if she is your sister. Do you fence?
Me? No.
Well, if you like, I would be happy to give you a lesson.
All right.
Tomorrow?
Sure.
Rebel Red is impressive, but he won't beat Gauntlet.
Yes, I know.
Why would you bring me out here to show me a horse you know can't beat the competition?
Because I think you're going to want to bet a great deal of money on him. He's a long shot. Giving a gambler a good return for his money.
Only if he wins.
Yes. Well, we've been thinking of a way to improve his chances. Immeasurably. But it would require some capital outlay.
I'll be honest with you, Mr. Logan. I've gone to every other farm in the area, and I've come to the conclusion that Gauntlet would be the perfect choice to cover our mares.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Of course, bringing 3 or 4 mares all the way to Kentucky would be expensive, so I've come up with an alternative plan. I'd like to purchase Gauntlet, take him home with me.
You want to buy him?
I'm prepared to offer $15,000.
15,000 for a horse that hasn't won any major races yet?
It would cost nearly that to bring my mares here, and as Gauntlet's owner, I can both race him and offer stud services. It's a good deal for me, and a good deal for you.
Well, man, I'd be a fool not to accept such an offer. Unfortunately, I have a sentimental attachment to this horse. I'm afraid he's not for sale.
I wouldn't be in such a hurry to turn down a bona fide offer. If Gauntlet loses on Saturday, he won't be worth half of what I just offered.
Well, he's not going to lose.
All right. I'll up my price. But on one condition, he races under my colors with my rider.
Why?
I'm afraid if your son rides him, he'll win. I can do much better on the wagering end if I bring him back to England with me, having not won, you see?
Get off my property.
I won't make this offer again. You should at least consider it before you dismiss it out of hand.
If you know what's good for you, you will leave. Now.
We have to do something, Pa. I mean, we can't just ignore it.
Well, what do you want him to do?
I don't know. I mean, go talk to the sheriff or something.
He never actually offered me a bribe, Clay. He just offered to buy the horse.
Yeah, so we could throw the race.
Fresh coffee. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so clumsy lately.
Miss Forrester says it's a sign of being in love.
Is that right?
That's not funny, Sean.
Well, have you talked to anyone at the jockey club?
Yeah, first thing tomorrow morning. The important thing right now is winning that race.
I plan to.
And there can't be any hint of impropriety.
Are you ready for the lessons?
As ready as I'll ever be.
You think she likes him?
I'm not sure. I think her heart might be otherwise engaged.
Jeremy.
Just a guess.
Marita!
I'm right here, Mr. Logan.
I had an article about Colonel Clark and Churchill Downs. Do you know where we filed that?
Well, I'll look for it.
Thanks.
Eduardo's teaching Alice how to fence.
Success in fencing comes with anticipating your opponent's attack. And the best way to anticipate that is to watch his eyes. The eyes tell you everything. Are you ready?
Yes.
You didn't even try to block my attack. What happened?
I was watching your eyes.
On guard!
Pa!
I test all of my children's tutors to see if they're suitable.
You're very good.
So are you. You'll learn a great deal from him.
Is this how you impress all the women in Spain? Pull out your sword and do a fancy little, ballet?
Jeremy.
No, I'm just curious because it looks a little sissy to me.
Perhaps you would like to give it a try.
No thanks.
Because you are afraid?
Of you.
Jeremy Bradford, stop it.
I'm just offering an opinion, Alice. Isn't everyone entitled to an opinion at the Logan house, or is that just reserved for guests?
Let's see how well you do with the sissy.
Oh! Stay out of it, Sean. I guess I just won.
What the hell was that all about?
He's been acting kind of strange lately.
Alice,
Jeremy!
I need to talk to you.
What in the world is going on with you?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Me? I'm not the one jumping out and grabbing people, acting like a complete fool in front of company.
Oh, I'm a fool?
Well, how would you describe your behavior then?
Maybe I was just looking out for you.
Looking out for me?
Oh, but I guess you don't need my help, right? I guess you like these smooth, rich guys who know how to talk fancy to you and play polo and fence.
You're crazy. You have gone completely around the bend.
Oh, that's right, Alice. Blame it on me.
Well, who else should I blame it on, Jeremy? You kissed me once, and then you refused to talk about it. And then you act like I'm supposed to pine away in my room, waiting for you to deign to tell me how you feel about me.
That's not exactly right.
No? Well, that's how it seems to me. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't leap out at me from doorways anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Did he actually ask you to throw the race?
No. He offered to buy Gauntlet at an inflated price if his jockey rode him. And he said the horse was worth more to him if he didn't win. Now, you know as well as I do what that means.
Racing seems to attract these lowlifes. Every 4 or 5 years, they show up. But as long as he didn't actually give you the bribe, there's not much we can do.
I'm sure I'm not the only person he's going to approach. If he can get one person to hold back, the whole race is tainted.
Well, I'll talk to the other members. But nobody here in Lexington's going to throw a race, you know that. Especially after I've told them we know what's going on.
Thank you, Arthur.
I'll take care of it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I thought this horse did the mile in 1:35.
You're not welcome here, Haynes.
I just came out to apologize for any misunderstanding we had between us.
I don't believe there was any misunderstanding.
Oh, I think there was. Foolishly, I was offering a great deal of money for a horse I thought had a chance of winning. What was I thinking? So much money for a horse when everyone knows how fragile they are.
You'd better stop right where you are.
Why? Anything could happen to Gauntlet between now and Saturday.
You threatening my horse?
Of course not. Just discussing anatomy. Such small ankles, one misstep, trauma from a kick, an accidental blow. Well, I'll see you Saturday.
I'm going to keep a 24-hour watch on Gauntlet, and I'm going to go notify the sheriff. I just thought you should know things have gotten worse.
Worse?
Didn't Arthur come and talk to you?
No. About what?
I told Arthur that Anthony Haynes tried to bribe me. to throw the race on Saturday.
What?
He's trying to bribe me. I'm sure he's trying to bribe others, too.
Well, that explains it.
Explains what?
My jockey told me that a large sum of money had been placed on Rebel Red. My guess is Anthony Haynes is counting on making a killing when a long shot wins that race.
Not if I can help it.
Well, he didn't come to see me. I think I should feel insulted. Apparently, Mr. Haynes doesn't think my horse Switchback has a chance to win that race.
Do you think that Leland could be involved with Anthony on this?
Well, he has had money problems for a while now.
Yeah, but he always looked for the right way, the honest way to solve them. I can't believe that he'd do something to hurt horse racing.
What'd Arthur Leland say?
He never came into the jockey club today at all. How'd a gauntlet do today?
He's fine. He's gonna win.
Relax, Clef. I'm just concerned.
I know.
Alice said you were sleeping out here.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
She said that someone wants to hurt Gauntlet.
Well, they want us to think that anyway.
Why, Pa? Why would anyone want to hurt our horse?
There are some people who want him to lose the race. And if he won't lose, they want him out of the race. So they're trying to scare us so we won't show up on Saturday.
Well, we are going to show up, aren't we, Pa?
You bet we are. Colin's gonna run the best race of his life.
He'd better.
Good night.
Good night, sweetie.
Oh, Mr. Logan. That article you're looking for about Churchill Downs?
Thank you, Marita.
Come here. Now what you have to do is concentrate, all right? Keep focus on the finish line, not on the other horses. You understand? You understand me?
Long night?
I think Gauntlet slept better than I did.
Yeah, well, I can take over for a while.
What if we lose on Saturday?
Well, if he loses fair and square, then he loses. No shame in that.
What if we lose because of me? Because of the way I trained him? I'm not saying he'll lose, but what if Paul was right? And maybe the reason trainers work their horses so hard up until the day of the race is because it's the right way to do it.
Maybe it is.
You think I was wrong?
No. I think you were wrong.
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah, then stop torturing yourself. Listen, Clay. Sometimes a man has to do what he thinks is best. Not what his father thinks, not what every old horseman with a stopwatch and a hunch thinks. And you've already done the hard part. You made your call. Now all you have to do is stand by it.
Hey. I was hoping I'd find you alone. I wanted to talk to you.
I wanted to talk to you, too.
Okay, well, you go first.
No, you.
Well, I just wanted to apologize.
Yes.
Well, I won't grab you or jump out at you anymore.
I thought we already established that.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
I think you already said that you were sorry.
Why are you getting mad?
I'm not getting mad at you.
Then why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling. I thought that you were gonna come tell me that, I don't know, something, and all you're telling me is that you're sorry.
What? Well, I didn't mean that I was sorry for kissing you.
Well, what did you mean? I thought you said you weren't gonna do that anymore.
Hey, Sean.
Alice.
Eduardo. Oh. I wasn't expecting you.
Oh, it is rude of me to come without an invitation.
No, that's all right.
I will not stay. I merely wanted to ask if I could escort you to the race tomorrow.
Yes, that will be fine.
Wonderful. I will call for you here.
I want to know why you haven't talked to the other members of the jockey club about this.
I spoke with Anthony Haynes. Tell you the truth, Ned, I think you and he just had a big misunderstanding.
And his coming out to my farm and threatening to hurt my horse. You think that was a big misunderstanding, too?
Threatening? That's a big accusation, Ned.
I know what I heard. Isaac was there. You want to talk to him?
Well, Isaac, he's your employee.
You think I'm lying to you?
I think maybe you just heard things that weren't said. But if you're so worried about it, maybe you ought to just scratch Gauntlet from the race.
How much is he paying you, Arthur?
What?
How much is he paying you to look the other way? I know you're hurting for money.
You know, you're on very shaky ground here, Ned.
But you couldn't find another way to take care of your problem.
If you ever say anything like that to me again, I'll take you to court so fast it'll make your head spin. You're gonna lose a whole lot more than just a damn horse race.
Harry and I put together a group of investors to bail you out when the bank went under. We all pulled together because you needed help. You fooled me, Arthur. I always thought you were an honorable man.
You know, I couldn't help notice that you and Alice were...
What?
You tell me.
I'm not sure. You remember a few weeks back when you were curing tobacco leaves? And you got a telegram from Consolidated Tobacco saying that they were sending a representative out to meet you.
Yeah.
And Marita brought it out to the barn. And I kissed her. Didn't look like the first time to me. It's complicated. Yeah.
You've been doing nothing but stirring up trouble for the past 3 days, Ned. You afraid your horse isn't gonna win? Is that what's bothering you?
You take that back.
Clay,
As president of the Jockey Club, there are things that you should have told the membership. Since you won't, I will.
You better walk very carefully, Ned.
Attempts have been made, bribes and threats against our entry gauntlet. And I believe some of the members here right now are participating in these illegal activities.
I've warned you.
I'm not naming any names, Arthur. I wouldn't want to run the risk of defaming any of our esteemed colleagues.
Do you have any proof of these charges? Anything that would hold up in court?
You know I don't.
Well, I'd say this meeting's over.
I think you're going to want to hear what I have to say. I want everybody here to know that my horse is going to run today, and he is going to run hard. If the conditions are favorable and luck is on our side, we'll win. But a win with this ugly cloud hanging over it is a tainted win.
So, you've already won the race, and you're not happy about it. You're a tough man to please, Logan.
I found this article in the Louisville Courier a few years back. Colonel Clark, president of Louisville Jockey Club, he got wind of a possible fix at Churchill Downs. Now, Colonel Clark called a meeting just like this one, and he told everybody there that they'd be watched. He also told them if they didn't ride to win, a rope would be put around their neck, and he'd personally help with the hanging.
You want me to go out and find a hanging tree? Is that what you're saying?
You don't have to do a thing, Arthur. I've done it for you. I've notified the State Racing Commission. They've sent down observers. If they detect any irregularities, they will apply sanctions and press criminal charges. Personally, I prefer Colonel Clark's solution, but I'm willing to go along with the State Commission. Now, gentlemen, my son Clay will make sure that his horse gives the best performance of his life. And I'd suggest you make certain that your horses all do the same.
go congratulate Clay.
I think you should go. I have watched you very carefully over the last few days. You're a beautiful, exciting young woman. And you are in love with someone else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Every time he comes near you, your heart races. Am I not right? Alice? Hmm? You speak your mind so well. You should learn to listen to your heart.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paul.
Jeremy? I'm sorry about the way I've been acting. After the last guy who asked me out.
Who asked you to marry him, you mean?
I got carried away. I felt so foolish, like I couldn't trust myself or something.
You can trust yourself, Alice. You're the smartest person I know. When you listen to yourself.
I was so scared. I wasn't sure how you felt about me. I'm still not sure.
I think you are.